Welcome back. All eyes are on Hurricane Irma, still on a devastating crash course toward Florida. Overnight, it did weaken very slightly from a strong Category 5 into a very strong Category 4. This, though, could easily change again. We're actually expecting it to become a Category 5 at some point and possibly become the most catastrophic hurricane in Florida in more than a generation. We have our own Sarah Rosario live from Miami this morning with the latest. Sarah, it is a beautiful morning there, but what's the mood like?
Yeah, well, David, I think a lot of people here in Miami are very anxious. We've seen the destruction that Hurricane Irma has caused so far, and knowing that it is going to be a direct hit, forecasted to be a direct hit in our area, I think many people are concerned. Lots of people are heeding the warnings. A bit deceiving right now because of how beautiful it is, but we know this is the calm before the storm. We have bus evacuations underway right now, and airports are shutting down later today. Hurricane Irma pounding Turks and Caicos, a preview of what the U.S. coast can expect.
Florida will have major hurricane impacts with deadly storm surge and life-threatening winds.
The race is on to get out of the storm's path. At Miami International Airport, a flight out of town is hard to come by.
I had a ticket for $700 and then I refreshed it and it was gone.
All major airlines are suspending service tonight. Many passengers can do little but hope and wait.
We're just at their mercy at the moment.
Leaving by car isn't much easier. Lines for gas are long and traffic is snarled.
Horrible. Like everybody else, we're escaping the hurricane. God knows if it's better up there.
Final preparations and precautions are being made for Irma's arrival. At President Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort, windows are covered with plywood. There's also one final push for supplies, especially generators and water.
I got one case for us, and I just want to have a little bit more.
The massive storm is taking aim at Florida, expected to make landfall Saturday. And here I'm in downtown Miami, where there's a lot of tall buildings behind me. It's a bit breezy right now. Something I found interesting is that there were new building codes that went into place after Hurricane Andrew hit here, the biggest storm to hit South Florida in more than 25 years. New building codes require that buildings like these behind me, they have to be able to withstand a Category 3 hurricane. Irma is much bigger, so that's why local officials are telling people, if you live in this area, get out, because you won't have time to get out once the storm is here. David?
Yeah, Sarah, Category 3, that's important because everybody says, oh, I have the impact glass, I'm a hurricane-proof house, but they are not rated necessarily for Category 5 storms or stronger. We saw in your story real quick, Sarah, a lot of people are leaving, but we've also spoken with a lot of folks down there who refuse to. They are stubborn Floridians who say, I've been through Andrew, I've been through so-and-so hurricane. What's the message to those people this morning?
So local officials are telling those people, if you refuse to evacuate, think about those people in the Florida Keys. They're basically on an island, and there's one way in, one way out. If any of those bridges, they have 43 bridges in the Keys. If any of those bridges go out, that's it. Like, local officials will not be able to bring first responders out there to help them. And they told these people, you guys have to get out of this area because we will not have anybody available to help you. There are shelters in place for people to make sure that they have an area that they can seek refuge along with their families and pets. So these are resources made available for people. Hopefully, these people will be taking advantage of them.
And Sarah Rosario, it's hard to imagine in 48 hours, every window behind you might be blown out and under 5 to 10 feet of water. Thank you so much for that live report. Do stay safe out there, all right? Let's talk about the worst case scenario, which is